Namaste, Sacred Masters, and welcome to this pick a card session for your shadow work. We have the deck shuffled and 3 random cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck placed before you. If you want to purchase this deck, look for the link in the description box below. You can pause the video and take your time to see if any of these cards resonate with you, and then use the time code in order to jump to the card you choose. This is card 1, 2, and 3. Don't forget there are many more pick a card videos to choose from. You can find them in my playlist, Shadow Work Pick a Shadow Card, on my channel's main page, so don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more pick a card sessions. After you pick your card, I will explain what each card means in the book. Now, the book's description is poetic and can be confusing sometimes, but for the sake of sharing, I will read it out, then give you my interpretation of it. You will hear my interpretation when I remove my mask and speak with my normal voice. I will also give you a shadow prompt in order to get started on some shadow work based on the card you pick, together with Grabovoi Codes to help with your shadow work sessions, or sometimes a link to another video relating to the matter. Alright, let's get started. Pick a card and jump to the timestamp. You chose the Obsession card. This card relates to the waxing crescent moon phase and is illustrated with an elven face, the hair entwined with bark and thorns, staring at a blank, clear, empty round mirror. The sentence that relates to the card is that all things lead to one, and then they disappear into one until only one remains. This card means that we chase comets and mirrors and shadows. Sometimes we actually chase cars or myths. Obsession is a trick of our perceptions. Many becomes one, and that one bloats as to take everything else. It feels like it, whatever it is, an idea, a person, an objective, flavors our life and gives meaning to it. As all the light through a lens, it converges on a single point, and that point goes ablaze under the greatest fire. But in truth, more than enacting our life, it numbs our attention to the rest. It makes us feel more awake by hiding the rest of the world under a cloud of slumber. Obsession is a drug. In small doses it whips, in big doses it kills. If we drown inside an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness. We just fall asleep, and then we can wake up naturally. What this card is trying to say is that obsession can consume us. Obsession paralyzes us and leads us to compulsive behavior. From something as simple as checking our emails or phones to more dangerous things like addictions. Obsession usually starts because of shame, when we are preoccupied with how others perceive us, and eventually leads to anxiety. Your shadow prompt today is there something you feel attracted and obsessed by? It could be a person, a goal, or item you want. See how many you can discover about yourself, and ask if you have become possessive over it once you get it. The art of this shadow prompt is understanding what your obsessions are and letting it go. It does not mean to forget about it, but lift up the heaviness of obsession and let the universe guide you instead. Use the Grabovoi Code 10011105010 to put the energies of peace within your body. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card that you pick is Colorless Angel, represented by the first quarter moon phase, and is illustrated as a dark horse prancing proudly in the background. He wears a crown of mirth, his face expressionless. Behind him, wings of smoke and bones grow or disappear. The sentence resonating with this card is, apathy is the crowned king of nothingness and the shining queen of whatever. This hints that we can be Siegfried, the dragon-slaying hero, but not when he slays the dragon, nor when he is betrayed and dies, but when he is simply doing nothing. We can be Michael the Archangel while he waits bored and motionless, and St. George surprised in a moment of stillness and nothingness. All the strong rivers can become a swamp when they reach the plains, and the most yummy food can become gummy after a couple of hours unattended on the table. There is a lot of darkness when we make the habit of going gray. We numb our senses with a fog of delays, and then we just get indifferent to the fog herself. I'm here, we whisper. And if by a very tiny chance somebody notices and replies it as, who's there? We become shy and stay silent a little more. You cannot be safe unless you face the dragon. And the dragon hurts. Of course it does. This card talks about something I've mentioned in one of my videos that relates to the law of inspired action. Oftentimes when we want something, we sit and wait for it to happen or manifest instead of taking action for it. When our energies do not change, when we are stagnant, nothing in our life changes and we're doomed to repeat a cycle over and over again. We wonder why our relationships do not grow, why our wealth doesn't build. But if we don't do something different to change things around, we cannot expect to see different results. Your shadow prompt for this card is, what can I do to change things around? What new risk can you take today? What small changes can you make to keep the energy flowing? The universe is like water needing to be in constant motion. When we keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's just swirling around in circles. We must make our energies like the river, flowing into the vast oceans of abundance. So, what can you change today? Use the Grabovoi Code 9888-772-988, which represents personal development, but also to affect change in your life through growth. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card that you pick is Envious Gluttony, represented by the waxing gibbous moon, and is illustrated as a man with rotting sickly skin and yellow eyes. He dresses in tatters and sticky blood runs down his chin. He has clawed feet and a crown of a skeleton alligator jaw. The upper part of his head, the lower part of his chest like a gaping mouth. The sentence resonating with this card is, there is hunger sleeping just under the surface, like an animal lurking. This card is not just dark, it is unpleasant, sickly disgusting. The difference in the how we feel in front of a vampire as opposed to being in front of writhing bugs. It is not an existential darkness that we can paint out romance, drama, and subtle anguish. It is raw, primal, reeking of rotting stench. It feels like there is darkness, and in that black landscape, there is a hole leading to an even greater darkness. And that is a calling. The urge is pressed down every time, played with, toyed with, treated like something that doesn't belong here. It's like rolling in the mud, bringing out the twisted, refreshing feeling of demeaning oneself. The key is that we don't want to recognize the depth of the envy and the anger. We casted it out of ourselves, and now it's truly a parasitic monster, impossible to accept as something that came out of ourselves. What if we bring light to the pitch dark well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny star feeling? What if it's just a little thing, dark tar, indeed, but to be sorry or not to be feared? This card is all about energy vampires and people that drain us. Most dangerous of all is the narcissist. Under the veil of love bombing, we quickly found our lives spiraling down through stonewalling, gaslighting, blackmail, and even having our friends turn against us. Our shadow prompt for this is obviously, who are the negative people in my life? You want to find out who is draining your energy or creating negative energies around you, and find some ways in which you can slowly let them go. It's not easy to leave a person, especially a narcissist, but there are many helpful resources that you can use online to help you through it. But for those of you who can let go, quietly do it with love, compassion, and forgiveness for them. Because almost all the time, they don't know what they're doing. Use the Grabovoi Code 829-876354 to remove negative energies as you begin to clear your life out. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.